This week's Parsha, Parshas Re'eh, we see something really interesting, and that is that Moshe Rabbeinu describes to the Jewish people, he reminds them of the laws of kosher. Despite the fact that we already learned the laws of kosher back in Parsha Shmini in the book of Vayikra, he once again repeats them. And it's interesting because there's one slight nuance difference when he describes the kind of birds that are kosher. And the Torah tells us that kol tzipor tahara tochelu, that any kind of bird that is pure, you're allowed to eat. So what is that adding that we didn't already know from, a few months ago when we read this the first time? So Rashi comments and he says that this is meant to allow the tzipor mushlacha sheba metzora, the bird that was sent away as part of the metzora's cleansing process. What are we talking about? So we know that when a person gets the spiritual malady of tsaras, because they spoke maliciously about another person, they go through this cleansing process in which there's two birds involved, one of which is slaughtered, and the other of which is sent away. And the Torah is coming to tell us in this week's Parsha that that is the bird that you're allowed to eat, and that's why the Torah tells us, Kol tzipor tahara tochelu, that you're allowed to eat any bird that is pure. It's coming to reference that bird specifically. What's going on here on a deeper level? What's with these two birds? So the Zohar actually says something very interesting. And he says that this concept of the two birds is that one of the birds that's slaughtered represents the time that you opened your mouth and you used your tongue maliciously to hurt somebody else, to bring them down. And the second bird, which is sent away, that represents the time that you could have opened up your mouth and used your tongue to uplift someone, to build somebody up. And instead, you maliciously slander them. So the first one represents the time that you made the mistake. The second one is representing the time you neglected the opportunity to use your tongue for the good. So therefore what emerges is that there are these two aspects of Lashon Hara. Again, one is to tear somebody down, and the other is the failed opportunity to lift them up. Therefore, the bird that gets slaughtered represents this negative, harmful speech, and the bird that flies away represents the lost opportunity that you had. The opportunity that has now flown away, has now vanished into thin air, never to be seen again. Thus, Parshas Re'eh comes and says, Kol tzipor tahara tochelu, any pure bird you should eat. Meaning, on a deeper level, that many, if not most times in life, when we have an opportunity that we squander, we don't necessarily get it back. It's sent away, gone forever. However, if by some stroke of good fortune and the opportunity represents itself, we need to grasp onto it, take advantage of it. We need to consume it, to ingest it. Because too often in life, when the door of opportunity slams shut, it remains shut. And opportunities in life don't typically just wait around until we're perfectly ready to embrace them. So therefore, the lesson is that when we don't take advantage of opportunities that were given in life, they tend to flutter and fly away to be gone forever. And the Torah is now teaching us that on the occasion that these opportunities do reappear, we of course need to seize the opportunities, seize the moments, and take advantage of it. I think that for all of us in our lives, we can relate to this. That many times we go through things in life that we missed opportunities and we didn't take advantage of them. And I believe that this is a lesson that we need to be ready, we need to be prepared, that when an opportunity to do something great comes our way, we have to be ready to jump and to grasp that opportunity. Whether that would be an opportunity to do chesed. Right now, this time of year that we're in, we have many guests coming in from out of town in need of places to stay. And now we all have an opportunity to help them, to host them, to help these people. This is an opportunity we only get once a year. And how special it is that we can do this beautiful mitzvah of chesed. There's many other examples of this as well. And just maybe one thing to consider is that this week we are going to say the blessing over the new moon for the month of Elul. And as we eagerly anticipate the start of this new month leading up to Rosh Hashanah, we often get a feeling as we are closer to Rosh Hashanah that there's so much to do. There's so much I meant to do that I didn't get a chance to do this past year. And I want to go into Rosh Hashanah with a feeling like I maximized the past year, but I didn't. So it says Rabbi Shmuel Silber that the power of Elul is that it is a month in which it's the last chance of the year to reclaim lost opportunities. These are lost opportunities that we can now reclaim that it's not too late. The year is still upon us. What are things that were in front of me that I could have done but I didn't do? What birds of personal growth and self-actualization did I let fly away? In Elul, in this last month, we have one more month, we can identify these birds and we can reclaim them in this 1 month that's left of the current year. So hopefully we can seize the opportunity that we have in the month of Elul, and we can reclaim everything that we missed, and we can approach, God willing, Rosh Hashanah this coming year with the confidence that we really have utilized the limited opportunities we've been given to become the great people that we're destined to become. Have a beautiful Shabbos.